Hello, Coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona could receive 700 million euros in 2023 if Super League plans return. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Jordi Alba, as it has been reported that Barcelona want to part ways with a long-time defender due to two reasons. What are those two reasons? We are going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Despite several of Europe's elite clubs' attempt to branch out into the European Super League in 2021, such attempts were ultimately brought into a halt after widespread fan opposition. However, it was known that Spain's Big Three, including Barcelona, were on board with the idea of a breakaway league. A fresh revelation suggests how the return of such a division could benefit Xavi's side. As per the latest information provided by Key Tijoges, a ruling will take place to decide whether the European Super League is legal or not on December 15 this year. In case it is deemed legal, Barcelona will receive a staggering 700 million euros in the first 6 months of 2023. From a strictly monetary point of view, it is easy to see why Barca would be on board with the Super League coming to fruition. With former club president José María Bartomeu's financial mismanagement of Barcelona by setting a precedent of an incredibly exorbitant wage bill and mountains of debt, the side have faced a whole host of economic troubles. It is due to this precise reason that the club have had to sell key assets such as broadcast rights and merchandising to activate economic levers that have funded a number of much-needed additions. If the La Liga heavyweights do not embrace the desperate measures during desperate times this summer, the gap at the top between from them and Real Madrid would have become harder to bridge this term. In the event that the European Super League becomes a reality, Barcelona will become major benefactors of the breakaway league, as the initial payout could mean their ongoing financial issues largely cease to exist. However, the club ultimately would like to be, a part of any such division with the blessing of the coolers. The Super League has not yet ended. The idea of the Super League is still very much on, so they are saying the ruling, they'll take it to court and there'll be a serious judgment if actually the Super League is legal or illegal. And this report claiming that if the Super League is being judged as legal by the 15th of December this year when it goes to court, Barcelona will stand to receive a whopping 700 million euros in the first 6 months of 2023. That is next year. Of course, I think Laporta will be praying hard that should work out. The Super League should be judged as legal because we all know Laporta have been trying so hard for Barca to be in that controversial league. Some fans have been disappointed about that from Laporta, but Laporta is always emphasizing on the financial point of view that it will help Barcelona to quickly come back to its best, to quickly return to its financial might, which right now we are not there anymore. Barca used to be one of the richest, if not the richest club in the world for many years running, but right now it has been so difficult. So as it stands right now, Laporta is hoping that things will go well and the Super League will judge as legal so that they can receive that huge 700 million in the first 6 months of 2023. So let's see how it's going to look like. Of course, we all know Real Madrid, Barca, are still very much there. Juventus, those are three clubs that they are still to resign, and they are looking set to be the key members of that. We all know the Premier League clubs ran very fast when their fans started striking. They did not even hesitate to run and say they are no more there. But let's see if actually when the court ruling comes and the verdict will be like, okay, the European Super League is legal. Let me see if those Premier League guys will come back or not. But I think Florentino Perez, the president of Real Madrid, and I think the architect of this European Super League, will try his best to make sure that those other big dogs in England and the other clubs around the world will try their best to come back, to make the league interesting. So let's cross our fingers and see what it's gonna look like. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Jordi Alba has had a rough start to the 2022-23 campaign at Barcelona. The 33-year-old, of course, has been the undisputed starter left back for almost a decade at the club. However, he has lost his spot in the starting 11 in the ongoing campaign. Indeed, Alba finds himself as a third-choice left-back at Barca behind youngster Alejandro Balde and new signing Marcos Alonso. And as per Sports Ferran Correas, Barcelona are intent on offloading Alba from the club before his contract expires in the summer of 2024. The report states that Barcelona want to get rid of the veteran fullback for two reasons in particular. First off, Alba's massive wages are a burden to the club as he is one of the highest earners at the Spotify Camp Nou. Selling Alba would mean that they will be trimming down the wage bill significantly, which is a top task for Barcelona agenda at the moment. Another reason for Barca wanting to move Jordi Alba on is that the defender has lost prominence within the squad. As iterated earlier, Jordi Alba is below Balde and Marcos Alonso in the pecking order of things. So far this season, the left-back has played just 4 games across all competitions, of which only one has been a start in La Liga. It is abundantly clear that Xavi does not see the veteran as a key component of his plans anymore, and Barcelona thus want to sell it. Attempts could be made to offload Alba as early as January transfer window itself, especially with Juventus interested in signing him up. After leaving Barcelona's La Masia Academy in 2005, Alba has stints in Cornellà and Valencia before returning to Spotify Camp Nou in 2012. Apart from a brief period when he competed with Adriano for a starting berth, the Spaniard has been a permanent fixture at the left-back position. However, his time at Barcelona could soon be coming to an end, as Barca are intent on moving on from the veteran star. It has been a very bad season for Jordi Alba due to playing time being reduced drastically, and quite understandably so, as we all know Xavi wants the best for the team and trying to bring better players in the position, young stars who are now more vibrant, and as we can see from Alejandro Balde. So a lot of is spoken about Alba's future lately, rumors here and there talking about how Alba is likely to leave Barca in the month of January, despite his contract expiring in 2024. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to look like. Alba has been here for more than 10 years and have been the main left back all through that time. And now Alba is no stranger. Alba now is feeling a tie because he has never come across this kind of a situation where he has been benched for a very long time, and he just needs to accept the reality of things. We quite remember during the transfer deadline day, Barcelona tried their best to offload Alba to Inter Milan, but it did not materialize. Alba was even angry that Barca were doing things across and behind his back, and he said he wants to stay for the club longer and convince Xavi for a starting spot. So let's see how it's going to look like, as they are saying that Alba needs to leave, Barca want to sell him, and Juventus are reportedly interested. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.